It's 10 trivia questions on famous comic strips for Erin Burgess. This is Trivia with Buds. What it be, and welcome to another episode of the Trivia with Buds podcast. I'm your host, Ryan Buds. Thanks for checking out my show, and thanks for virtually high-fiving me by booking me for your next big show. Maybe you got something at work or at home or something you want to celebrate. We could do it in person, hybrid, or virtually. TriviaWithBuds.com for all the information. You can also click on weekly shows in the top right-hand corner of the website and see where to play with me in Northeast Tennessee on a weekly basis, places like Bays Mountain Brewing Company in downtown Kingsport, Tennessee, or Riverside Tap House in Elizabethton, or State Street Brewing in Bristol, Virginia. Or you can go to the California section and go look at all the shows I have in Southern California, places like Pocock Brewing Company in Santa Clarita, California, or High Point Brewing in San Dimas, California, or even the amazing hand-brewed beer in Chatsworth, California. Check them all out on the website, and thanks for your support at those local nights. The lifeblood of my trivia hosting services is at those weekly locations, and that's how it all started back in 2010, so thank you for playing there at all those places. We have your Geek Out challenge before we get into famous comic strips, the category Erin Burgess requested for today, where you have to name the comic strip based on the characters given. Here are those Geek Out challenges. For movies, name 6 films that take place in space. For television, 2 shows on which a character is a robot. For books, 2 titles that take place in the 1800s. For music, 4 songs by Frank Sinatra. And for miscellaneous, 4 cocktail names. I had some cocktails last night. I saw it was National Mojito Day, and I didn't have anything to make mojitos, but I did have ginger beer and lime and some Bacardi white rum. Mixed that all together, and it was delicious. I had 3 of them in an hour watching an episode of a TV show, and Ashley said, "Are you partying?" And I said, "I just wanted one, but it was so good." And I didn't want to waste the rest of the ginger beer little glass barrel thing. So there you have it. We're going to jump into famous comic strips right now. Here we go. Famous comic strips. You name the comic strip from the characters I give you. If you read the Sunday Funnies like I did growing up, you'll be A-OK. Here's number 1. Pointy-haired boss, Alice, and Dogbert. Number 1, pointy-haired boss, Alice, and Dogbert. Comic strip number 2, Billy, Dolly, PJ. Billy, Dolly, and PJ, number 2. Number 3, Franklin, Violet, and Schroeder. Franklin, Violet, and Schroeder. Number 4, Huey, Riley, and Uncle Ruckus. Huey, Riley, and Uncle Ruckus. Number 5, George Wilson, Margaret, and Ruff. George Wilson, Margaret, and Ruff. Number 6, Mark Slackmeyer, Lacey Davenport, Joni Caucus. Mark Slackmeyer, Lacey Davenport, Joni Caucus. Number 7, Miss Buxley, Sarge, and Otto. Miss Buxley, Sarge, and Otto. Number 8, Jason Fox, Peter Fox, and Paige Fox. Jason, Peter, Paige, Fox. Number 9, Arlene, Nermal, and Odie. Arlene, Nermal, and Odie. Number 10, Spaceman Spiff, Rosalind, and Susie Durkins. Spaceman Spiff, Rosalind, and Susie Durkins. Your bonus question here, number 11 for 2 points. Comic strips. What famous strip was created by Dick Brown in 1973? Interesting spelling on his name, Dickbrowne. Dick Brown, 1973. What famous strip? Those are your questions on famous comic strips. We'll be back with the answers after this. We are back with the answers to famous comic strips. If you're like me, you grew up hanging out at Walden Books or B. Dalton or Borders. And now the only one left, Barnes & Noble and Books A Million. They have those here in Northeast Tennessee. So you hung out in those stores and you went right to the humor section and you were reading all these comic strips. I would buy collections of comic strips and read them over and over again. I'd get them from Scholastic book fairs and book order forms, and man, did I love a lot of these. And I wanted to be a cartoonist my whole, probably age 6 to 10. 6 to 12, something like that. And then I realized I'm not the best artist. So I would still write the jokes, and then started doing stand-up in high school, right after high school and all that stuff. But enough about me. Let's go to the answers to comic strips. Number 1, Pointy-Haired Boss, Alice, Dogbert. Those are from Dilbert, the comic strip, which was turned a animated series, I think, on the WB or CW or WGN back in the day. Number 2, Billy, Dolly, PJ, the kids from Family Circus. Family Circus. Number 3, Franklin, Violet, Schroeder, Peanuts is the comic strip. Franklin, Violet, and Schroeder. Number 4, we had Huey, Riley, and Uncle Ruckus, The Boondocks. The Boondocks. Another animated series. Number 5, George Wilson. That's Mr. Wilson, more known as. Margaret Ruff. That is Dennis the Menace. Dennis the Menace. Number 6, Mark Slackmeyer, Lacey Davenport, Joni Caucus, Doonesbury, which was one I didn't read a lot because I think it's for adults. And when I was a kid, I didn't understand like political jokes. Doonesbury. Number 7, Miss Buxley, Sarge, and Otto, Beetle Bailey. Beetle Bailey, the Army-based comic. Number 8, Jason, Peter, and Paige Fox. This is called Foxtrot. That was one of my all-time favorites, Foxtrot. Also love this one, Garfield. Number 9, Arlene, Nermal, and Odie, characters in Garfield. And number 10, Spaceman Spiff, Rosalind, and Susie Durkins. Rosalind was the babysitter from the Revenge of the Babysat. Susie Durkins was the girl he always dropped water balloons on, and Spaceman Spiff was an alter ego of Calvin from Calvin and Hobbes. Number 10. Those last 3 are probably my favorites. And the bonus for 2 points, what famous strip was created by Dick Brown in 1973? Hagar the Horrible. Hagar the Horrible, a Viking-based comic strip, I believe. I think I've read it before, and maybe you have too. Hagar the Horrible. And those are your questions for today, Erin. Hope you had fun playing along. Hope everybody else did too. If you have a lot of fun with this show, Monday through Friday, every day for 1,900 episodes, consider throwing $1 a month on Patreon. Patreon.com/triviawithbuds. $1 a month gets you a thank you and a huge virtual high five from me. So thank you so much for all the supporters we have at that dollar amount. I think we have 70 Patreon subscribers right now. So join the crew. Let's hit up to 100, and I'll buy everybody a book that I think they will enjoy if we reach 100 Patreon subscribers by the end of this year. So if you've been waiting out and you want to help the group as a whole get some fun stuff from me, patreon.com/trivia-with-buds. Fact of the day is tennis was originally played with bare hands, and that would hurt, sting your palms, right? Thanks for listening. Thanks for telling a friend, and we'll see you next time for more trivia with me. Cheers.